Sri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Welcome to this channel, my dear viewers. In the previous episode, we have studied the Sankhya Yoga slokas up to sloka number 20. Now, our episode commences with the 21st sloka. Before proceeding to that, I offer my prayers to Lord Krishna, who is eulogized, is praised as Jagadguru. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Sri Krishna is conveying the Atma Tattva. The Atma means the absolute truth. So, while conveying that, he is passing on the essential ideas contained in the Upanishads. Upanishads, as you all aware, are the end parts of Veda. That's why they are called Vedanta. So, there is no need of studying various Upanishads. If you read Bhagavad Gita, you get the essence of all Upanishads, a summary of the knowledge, essential knowledge about the Atman. That's why it is called as Atma Vidya. And in the colophon, you get the word Brahma Vidyayam. Upanishad Saram this. So, I am lucky to address you all on this highest spiritual knowledge, which is acclaimed world over by the greatest intellectuals. You are all aware that Oppenheimer is a renowned nuclear physicist who was the developer of the atomic bomb. He said about Bhagavad Gita, the Gita is the most beautiful philosophical song existing in any known tongue, in any known language on this planet. So that was a rich tribute paid by Oppenheimer. So, in the 21st sloka goes on like this. Veda vinasinam nityam yaenam ajamavyayam katham sa purushaha partha samghatayati hantikam. Veda means knowing. Veda vinasinam nityam. He who knows the Atman as Avinasinam, indestructible. Veda Avinasinam. Nityam, eternal. And Yaenam Ajamavyayam. Ajam also he said. Ajam means unborn. And it is changeless. Veda Avinasinam Nityam Yaenam Ajamavyayam. So he is giving the traits of Atman, which is very difficult to comprehend unless we go through the entire text of Bhagavad Gita. We will have an idea about the Atma Tattvam. So it will be expanded. This knowledge will be expanded, and practical approach to realize this Atman, to experience it, is explained in the remaining slokas in the coming chapters. So he is giving in a gist about the Atma Tattvam. Veda vinasinam nityam enam ajam avyayam avinasinam nityam. These are the traits. Katham sapurushaha. One who knows this, the Atman, as indestructible, eternal, unborn and changeless, how can he slay or cause another to slay? Kam ghatayati hantikam. So, the knower of the Atman is free from egoism. Therefore, the feeling of agency is not there in him. So, you realize that. So, you are thinking that the people with whom you are going to fight are only, human beings, but they are all, their manifested divinity is there in them. That is the Atma Tattvam. So is that which is indestructible. You are thinking that you are going to kill. Nobody can kill it. That awareness, that consciousness, that Chaitanya, that intelligence located in the bodies. So in the 22nd sloka, in order to bring in more clarity, coming to the level of Arjuna, he is giving this sloka, which is a wonderful sloka, and you might have all heard it at one time or other in your lifetime. Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya navani gruhnati naroparani tatha sarirani vihaya jirnan anyani samyati navani dehi. That's a beautiful expression. The absolute truth has to be explained with an analogy. Here he is giving a beautiful analogy. As a man casting off his worn out clothes puts on new ones, so the embodied casting off worn out bodies enters into others that are new. Vasamsi jirnani. Vasamsi means cloths. Jirnani means worn out. Yatha vihaya. Vihaya means casting off. You remove the old clothes, torn out clothes, and you put on new clothes. That example is given. Tatha, in the similar way, sarirani vihaya, leaving the bodies, jirnani, anyani, samyati, enters into other bodies that are new. That depends upon that is what is called cause and effect theory, that karma, according to the karmas, according to the subtle samskaras carried, it will enter into another body. It speaks about the rebirth of the embodied. It's just like a snake casting off its slough. Snake, it casts off its slough and it becomes a new one like that. So you are going to, the persons are going to change their bodies, but the Atman located station in every human being is indestructible, which was told in the previous sloka, Nityam, Ajam, Avyayam, Avinasinam. In order to make it clear to Arjuna, this sloka is given in this 22nd sloka. Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya navani gruhnati naroparani tatha sarirani vihaya jirnan anyani samyati navani dehi. Sanskrit is such a beautiful language. If you focus your attention, listen it and know the meaning, next time when you read, you yourself can assimilate that knowledge. That's beautiful. That's why it is called Deva Bhasha, Amara Bhasha. So in the 23rd sloka, he moves on to say that how it is indestructible. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, nachainam kledayantyapo, nasoshayati marutaha. Nainam, no, it's not possible, it cannot be. Chindanti shastrani, weapons do not cut it. Simply. Shastrani, weapons, chindanti, they can't cut it. Nainam chindanti shastrani. Nainam dahati pavakaha. Pavakaha means fire. Fire does not burn it. See, Atma Tattvam he is giving. It's for a first listener, it looks very abstruse, a dry philosophy. But when you listen all these episodes, a simple commentary on that, and your own effort to in reading and understanding, you will realize the greatness of this. Otherwise, people like Max Muller, Oppenheimer, Mahatma Gandhi, all these people, they adored Bhagavad Gita because they have assimilated those ideas. So, nachainam kledayantyapo, kledayanti apo. Apo means water. Na kledayanti, it cannot moisten it. It cannot dampen it. And does not nasoshayati marutaha. Marutaha means wind. Wind cannot dry it. So how it is being explained to Arjuna. Arjuna is bewildered, amazed to assimilate this knowledge for first time from the lips of Lord Krishna. He knows him as his Sakha, as his intimate friend, as his guide, and the present role is a chariot driver. But when this Atma Tattvam is being passed on to him, Arjuna was dumbstricken, amazed to know this depth of knowledge. Then Lord Krishna continues to narrate the traits of this Atma Tattva. The purpose of telling about Atma Tattva to Arjuna is that you are fighting with the bodies. You are saying that you are going to kill your kith and kin. But he is giving this philosophy to say that the Atma, the consciousness available in them, located in them, is indestructible. So slowly is taking him to the depths of this self-knowledge. This is what is called self-knowledge. So on this, Atma Vidya, Shankaracharya, Jagadguru Shankaracharya has written one book on Atma Vidya also. So what are all those subtle ideas in the Upanishads are being passed on to Arjuna. Next, Achedyoyam adahyoyam akledyo soshyayevacha nityaha sarvagataha sthanuhu achaloyam sanatanaha. It cannot be cut. Achedyoyam. Then adahyoyam. It cannot be cleaved. It cannot be burnt. Asoshya evacha, cannot be moistened and cannot be dried. Then what is it? Nityaha sarvagataha sthanuhu achaloyam sanatanaha. See, he is giving the traits of Atman. Nityaha sarvagataha sthanuhu achaloyam sanatanaha. 5 qualities. What is that? It is eternal, omnipresent, nityaha sarvagataha, all pervading, and stable, sthanuhu. Nityaha sarvagataha sthanuhu. Achaloyam. Achaloyam means it's, it is immovable, like that you sing. You get very contradictory words in that, but when you know the when they know the explanation, when you read the commentary, they are not contradictory words, but they are complementary to each other. That we will realize later. That an unmovable ancient Atman qualities are enumerated here in this sloka. So this Sankhya Yoga talks about the knowledge, Sankhya. Sankhya means knowledge. So why Lord Krishna in the second chapter itself is talking about the knowledge? Because knowledge destroys ignorance. Jnanagni daddha karmanam. And Arjuna is having Shraddha. Shraddhayam labhate jnanam. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. Because there is a Shraddha in Arjuna, this knowledge is being passed on. So Shraddha means that he has surrendered, and he has approached him like a Shishya to a Guru, like that. So then in the 25th sloka also passes on the knowledge about the Atman. Avyaktoyam achintyoyam avikaryoyam uchyate tasmadevam viditvainam nanu sochitumarhasi. Nanu sochitumarhasi. Therefore, having known this, you ought not grieve. Na anusochitu marhasi. You ought not to grieve when you know this. It is said that Atman is avyaktoyam, unmanifest, achintyoyam, achintyoyam, it is unthinkable. It is beyond the grasp of knowledge. No, it has to be experienced. How it has to be experienced, it comes in the coming chapters like Atma Samyama Yoga. Atma Samyama Yoga, you will get that, how to realize that. But before that, he is giving him a blueprint. The destination he has to arrive, so he is saying, Avyaktoyam achintyoyam avikaryoyam uchyate tasmat means therefore, evam viditvainam, knowing this, na anusochitumarhasi, you ought not grieve. So why he is putting all negative words, achintyoyam, avyaktoyam? Means no, it cannot be means Atman is indefinable, inexplicable. It cannot be defined in words. So that is the beauty of Atma. It has to be experienced. That's why self-realization we call it. You have to realize that. Then in the 26th sloka, Athachaivam nityajatam nityam vam anyase vrutam tathapitvam mahabaho nainam sochitumarhasi. Please recall my earlier statement that Lord Krishna is addressing Arjuna from two points of angle. One is talking about the absolute truth and also talking about the relative truth. This war, these relationships that are relative. So he is giving this statement, Athachaivam, if you consider or if you conceive Atman as given to continuous births and deaths, Athachaivam nityajatam. Nityajatam means ever borning, taking birth every time, nityam and deaths, nityajatam, nityam vam anyase vrutam. It's a circle of births and deaths if you consider. Even then, tathapitvam mahabaho, O mighty armed Arjuna, you should not feel sorrow. There is no ground for grieving. So he is coming to the relative set of values and explaining this also. Even if you consider that it is when births and deaths are there, that even then also you need not feel grieved in fighting this battle. Atha chaivam nityajatam nityam va manyase mritam. Mritam means death. Tathapitvam mahabaho nainam sochitum arhasi. And the fantastic sloka is coming in the 27th sloka, which you might have heard several times. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu dhruvam janma mrutasya cha tasmada pariharyarthe natvam sochitum arhasi. Apariharyarthe is the inevitable thing. A person who takes birth is destined to die. Birth and death, they go on. Jatasya, one who takes birth, he has to dhruvo, it is firm, it is certain. Mrityuhu, it has to die. We have seen our forefathers, our grandfathers, even at my age, elderly people, our father, our mother, they don't last long. They have to shed their mortal coil. So you please understand this. You are taking the ownership that you are going to kill these people. They are a human being, when it takes birth, his destination is death only after living a span of time. So jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu dhruvam janma mrutasya cha. Then again rebirth comes. Tasmad apariharyarthe, which is inevitable. Natvam sochitum arhasi. You need not grieve for this. So the two slokas, Nainam sochitum arhasi, is said in the 24th verse, and in the 25th verse he says Natvam sochitum arhasi. He is confirming the same idea in the 27th sloka also. So in the 28th he says Avyaktadini bhutani vyaktamadhyani bharata avyakta nidhananyeva tatraka paridevana. See how beautifully he is addressing Arjuna. Here he is saying Bharata, ones who belong to Bharata clan, who belong to Bharata Varsha, Bharata clan, Bharata Vamsha. And in the earlier sloka, is Mahabaho in 26th sloka. So he is always putting Arjuna in a comfortable mood by reminding him the noble qualities in his personality. This is another, when a teacher addresses the student, he should try to elevate him. He should inspire him. So that's another lesson from Bhagavad Gita. He says, Avyaktadhini bhutani. These bhutani means these living beings. Avyaktadhini, they are not manifest in the beginning, You and me, before our date of birth, we are not manifest. Then a small spermatozoid, millions of those type of unicellular organisms, they join with in the ovary, a lot of eggs are there, then a zygote is formed, then in 9 months it stays in the belly of the mother, then it comes out. Where was it before that? It was avyaktadini, it was unmanifest. Vyaktamadhyani bharata, in the middle it is manifest. Avyakta nidhananyeva, at the time of death again it is unmanifest. It is going away. Only body remains, that chaitanya, that intelligence, that consciousness is not available. Tatraka paridevana, in such a case, why you are grieving for? Tatraka paridevana. It's unmanifest, in the middle it is manifest, and in the end it is not manifest. For which you are grieving for. So slowly he is trying to inculcate this self-knowledge to Arjuna. And this, for a person first time listening, it looks amazing. Ascharyavat pasyati kaschidinam. First time when you know about this, it's a amazing idea, it looks. Ascharyavat vadati tadaiva chanyaha. Another person is bewildered to hear about this Atma Tattvam. Ascharyavat anyas srunoti. By looking it, by reading it, by listening to it, everybody gets perplexed. But Veda nachaiva kaschit, it is very difficult to grasp this Atma Vidya, he is telling. It is very, because it has to be experienced through a steady practice like a sadhana. That's why first thing what is required is nitya nitya vastu vivekam. What is eternal, what is transient? You should have that discrimination. So people should be endowed with these qualities. So to gain this nitya knowledge or atma knowledge, you should not crave for anitya. So he is telling that it's very difficult to understand. And Dehi nityam avadhyoyam dehe sarvasya bharata tasmat sarvani bhutani natvam sochitum arhasi. So he is concluding in this aspect by saying Dehi nityam avadhyoyam, and he is addressing as Bharata. Bharata means Arjuna, I am Dehi. This, not Deham, Dehi, this Atman is Sarvasya, in every manifested body, Nityam. That intelligence, that consciousness is eternal. Avadhyaha, it cannot be killed. Therefore, Tvam Sochitum Naharahasi, you need not grieve for this. So like that, up to 30th sloka, he has given a beautiful message to Arjuna, extolling the qualities of the Brahman contained in the Upanishadic literature. And in the further slokas, he exhorts Arjuna to get rid of this, body awareness and perform his duty as a righteous duty of a Kshatriya. With this, we conclude today's episode. Sarvam Sri Krishnarpanamastu. Harihi Om.